Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of my complete Criterion collection video. A lot of you guys seem to enjoy the last one. I really enjoyed putting it together and I think it came out alright. So we're going to get right into this one. Criterion sale is currently going on strong right now, so I'm sure the numbers to this collection are going to be going up as the sale goes on, but I'm going to talk about the ones that I currently have right now. Let's continue with part 2. The Fisher King. Called an odd but affecting mixture of drama, comedy, and fantasy, Robin Williams gives another fantastic performance in a serious role. The film is about a radio shock jock who tries to find redemption in his life by helping a homeless man whose life he inadvertently shattered. It's mildly depressing and kind of an interesting choice for a Criterion film. Solid nonetheless.
You must be she. I had a dream!
5 Easy Pieces. The film tells the story of an angry oil rig worker, Bobby DePaea, played by Jack Nicholson, whose seemingly rootless, blue-collar existence shadows his privileged youth as a piano prodigy. Bobby learns that his father is dying. He goes home to see him, bringing along his girlfriend Rayette, played by Karen Black. Both were nominated for Oscars for their performances. It also includes one of the better of the many Jack Nicholson film freakouts.
You want me to hold the chicken, huh?
I want you to hold it between your knees.
You see that sign, sir? Yes, you all have to leave. I'm not taking any more of your smartness and sarcasm.
You see this sign?
The Freshman. Friends of Eddie Coyle. Crime film starring Robert Mitchum and Peter Boyle. Mitchum was interested in meeting the local gangsters of the area for research purposes, including Whitey Bulger, but was warned against it. It's kind of an interesting selection of a Criterion as well. Gilda, a film noir starring Rita Hayworth in her signature femme fatale role. It was noted for the cinematography, the costume design, and the choreography. As well, it includes the iconic hair flip that was in Shawshank Redemption.
Gilda, are you decent?
Me?
Gold Rush. The Graduate. The film tells the story of 21-year-old Benjamin Braddock, played by Dustin Hoffman. He's a recent college graduate with no really well-defined plans for his future. He's seduced by an older woman, Mrs. Robinson, played by Anne Bancroft, and then falls in love with her daughter, Elaine, played by Catherine Ross. It also boosted the popularity of Simon and Garfunkel, since a lot of their music is used in the film. And by the time the film was nearly finished being edited, Simon came up with the song Mrs. Robinson. The Great Dictator. Having been the only Hollywood filmmaker to continue making silent films well into the sound era, this was Chaplin's first true sound film. Chaplin's film advanced a controversial condemnation of Hitler, Benito Mussolini, fascism, anti-Semitism, and the Nazis. At the time of the release of the film, the United States was still formally at peace with Nazi Germany. Chaplin plays both leading roles, a ruthless fascist dictator and a persecuted Jewish barber. It was popular with audiences and became Chaplin's most commercially successful film. In his 1964 autobiography, Chaplin stated that he could not have made the film if he had known about the atrocities going on with the camps and the Holocaust at the time.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that.
A Hard Day's Night, a musical comedy about the Beatles that chronicles several days in the life of the Beatles. That's really it. Probably being made more for commercial purposes since this was made during the height of Beatlemania.
Tell me, how did you find America?
So I left to Greenland.
No, actually, we're just good friends.
Has success changed your life?
Yes?
No, actually, we're just good friends.
Are you a mod or a rocker?
No, I'm a mocker.
Do you often see your father?
No, actually, we're just good friends.
Harold and Maude. It incorporates elements of dark humor and existential drama. A plot that revolves around a man named Harold who is intrigued with death. Harold drifts away from the life that his detached mother prefers for him, who slowly develops a relationship with a 79-year-old woman named Maude, who teaches about living life to the fullest and that life is the most precious gift of all. Hilarious and dark, some may never appreciate the film for what it really is.
Harold does have his little eccentric moments.
That's all right. I have a brother who's a real cut-up, too. Tommy stuck his head behind it and started giving a whole newscast before the entire family.
Must have been very funny.
Harold! Oh, yes, dear. Here is Harold now.
Hoop Dreams. It's a 1994 documentary that chronicles the lives of two students from the beginning of high school all the way up through their college days, as they follow their dreams of becoming NBA players. It was originally intended to be a 30-minute short for PBS, but it eventually led to 5 years of filming and 250 hours of footage, and it's one of the best documentaries ever made. Hunger. It was a feature debut for director Steve McQueen about the 1981 Irish hunger strike. In preparation for his role, Michael Fassbender went on a special diet of less than 900 calories a day for 10 weeks. It's also notable for an unbroken 17-minute shot in which a priest played by Liam Cunningham tries to talk Bobby Sands out of his protest. In it, the camera remains in the same position for the duration of the shot. And to prepare for the scene, Cunningham went to Fassbender's apartment for a time while they practiced the scene between 12 and 15 times a day. According to Fassbender, they only did 5 takes. Kiru.
した胃がんという十字架をしちゃったマダムなんざ胃がんで宣告されたらその瞬間から信じまなかったこの人たちなんだその瞬間から生き始めたんだねえそうでしょ何笑ってやんだよ
In a Lonely Place, a 1950 film noir directed by Nicholas Ray, starring Humphrey Bogart along with Gloria Graham. Although lesser known of his work, Bogart's performance is considered one of his best by many critics, and the film, along with Nicholas Ray's reputation, has grown over time. In the film, Bogart stars as Dixon Steele, a troubled screenwriter suspected of murder. In the Mood for Love.
最近睇到日本人咁似你，點解會嚟柬埔寨？
陪我老公過嚟㗎，佢就係結婚嘞喎。
我知啊，佢老婆幾靚㗎，新加坡小姐嚟㗎嘛。
真係估唔到，有女朋友未啊？
呢幾年都係走嚟走去，邊有機會？
咁你呢？
有好嘅你介紹俾我。
Ingrid Bergman, in her own words. It's a Swedish documentary about Ingrid Bergman. Simply, it's narrated by Alicia Vikander as Ingrid, and it features home video and a look into her private life that you really don't see nowadays from celebrities. Inside Llewyn Davis. Set in 1961, the film follows 1 week in the life of Llewyn Davis, a folk singer struggling to achieve musical success. Most of the songs throughout the film are sung in full and recorded live. It's truly one of the most overlooked films. Folk singers, however, have criticized the film for misrepresenting the friendliness of village folk scene at the time. It Happened One Night. It's a 1934 romantic comedy starring Cary Grant and Claudette Colbert, also directed by Frank Capra. It follows a pampered upper-class woman as she tries to get out of her father's reach and falls in love with a rogue reporter. It Happened One Night was the first film to win all the major It Happened One Night was the first film to win all 5 major categories at the Academy Awards, including Best Director, Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Screenplay. Breakfast! And it was the only film to do so until One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Silence of the Lambs. The Kid. Killing, directed by Stanley Kubrick, and one of his most forgotten films, in my opinion, about a meticulously planned track robbery that goes completely wrong. It also became Kubrick's first full-length feature film with a professional cast and crew. Quentin Tarantino has said it was a significant influence on Reservoir Dogs, and you can't tell me it didn't influence that opening scene from The Dark Knight. It's a mad, 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 mad world. It's an odd coupling of an epic and a comedy. It was directed by Stanley Kramer, starring Spencer Tracy. It's about the pursuit of $350,000, which nowadays would equal about $2.7 million in stolen cash. It's pursued by a colorful and diverse group of characters. It features an ensemble cast of some of the funniest people around at the time: Mickey Rooney, Milton Berle, Edie Adams, Sid Caesar, Buddy Hackett, and Jonathan Winters. It was also filmed in Ultra Panavision 70, presented in Cinerama. The Life Aquatic.
Let me tell you about my boat.
Wes Anderson's fourth feature film and my least favorite. The film stars Bill Murray as Steve Zissou, an eccentric oceanographer who sets out to exact revenge on the jaguar shark that ate his partner Esteban. It's both a parody and an homage to the French diving pioneer Jacques Cousteau, and the characters were inspired by novels such as The Great Gatsby and The Magnificent Ambersons. Life during wartime. Oh fuck, that scared the shit out of me. Life During Wartime, a film directed by Todd Solondz. It's considered a loose but direct sequel to his 1998 film Happiness, and it includes new actors playing the same characters from that film. Honestly, a strange pick for the collection. Limelight. The film stars Chaplin as a washed-up actor who saves a suicidal dancer from killing herself. It's widely considered his most personal and sometimes his best. It was heavily boycotted in the United States and was a commercial failure. The pairing of Chaplin and Buster Keaton in the finale of the film is historic for being the only time the two performed on screen together, and it works as a terrific homage to silent films. M.
Aber meine Herren, ich bitte Sie, ich weiß gar nicht, was Sie von mir wollen. Ich bitte Sie, lassen Sie mich doch frei. Das Ganze muss doch... Aber meine Herren, ich bitte Sie, ich weiß gar nicht, was Sie von mir wollen.
Make Way for Tomorrow. A truly sobering drama about an elderly couple who are forced to separate when they lose their house and none of their 5 children want to take them in together. Leo McCarey, the director, believed that it was his finest film. When he accepted his Best Director award for his film The Awful Truth, he said, quote, "Thanks, but you gave it to me for the wrong picture." Orson Welles has been quoted as saying his Make Way for Tomorrow would make a stone cry. Modern Times. Verdu, 1947 black comedy directed by Chaplin in which he plays a wife killer. This is the first feature film in which Chaplin's character bore no resemblance to his Little Tramp character, and really my least favorite of his. Moonrise Kingdom, the first Wes Anderson film I ever saw. A coming-of-age story which has been described as an eccentric, pubescent love story. It includes an ensemble cast and newcomers Jared Gilman and Kara Hayward as the leads. The film was shot in Super 16mm film, and Google Earth was used for the initial location scouting.
I love you, but you don't know what you're talking about. Love you too.
Alright everybody, that is the end of part 2 of my complete Criterion collection video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. A lot of fun to make, a lot of work to make, but fun nonetheless. Let me know down below if you've seen any of the films talked about, if you like them, anything. Love to hear from you guys. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.